Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite products that I have been absolutely loving for the last few months. Because I took a break from uploading content, I have a lot of products sitting out here in front of me. Everything I talk about in today's video, I will definitely link down in the description box down below, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's first talk about my new favorite candle. So I love candles. I love my home to smell really good. My son's girlfriend bought me a candle for Christmas, and I fell so madly in love with it that I bought like 4 more of them. So now I have one in my bedroom, one in my kitchen, and I have 2 of them on backup. It is from Anthropologie, and they have tons of different like styles. The scent that I'm obsessed with is the Capri Blue. If many of you guys already know how amazing this candle smells, then I guess I was just slow to the game. I had no idea that this candle existed. For those of you that are like me and you'd never smelled this, it is unbelievable, you guys. Obsessed. They have several different styles of candles. So this one is more of like the cream glass with the gold lid. They have different sizes, like you have a large, extra large, large, medium, small, something like that, like a Volcano. And they also have the perfume. Because I love that scent so much in my candle, it smells my whole house up. Oh, so love it. I found out that they also have the perfume. So I went ahead and bought the perfume. You can see I've been using it. But I will say the candle is much stronger and lasts longer than the perfume. I like the perfume. I love this scent. Oh my gosh. But it doesn't last like some of the other perfumes that I have. I've been using it as more of like a hair perfume and also pairing it with other perfumes. But yeah, just FYI on that. But this candle, I really don't know anybody that wouldn't love this. Like, it is like the absolute perfect scent. It's not Christmassy. It's not too beachy. It's not too fruity. It's not too floral. I will put a list of what's in the candle here on the screen so you guys can see it, because I have absolutely no idea and I am terrible at describing scents, so I apologize for that. But this just smells like you're always on vacation. It's the perfect scent for any room. It doesn't matter what room you're in. Absolutely obsessed with it. So for those of you that didn't know, like I didn't, now you know. Capri Blue is where it's at. This is oh so good. Now, in a recent Get Ready With Me, I briefly talked about my brows and how I started laminating them myself, and I also dye my brows. So I decided to kind of throw that into this video so that you guys had that information. So the color that I use for my brows, I buy on Amazon. This is the Reflective Seal. And I use shade 3, and it's not too dark, it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's a great tone for me personally. I also use the cream peroxide, and I prefer the cream over the liquid. They have both, they're on Amazon, and I definitely prefer the cream. Now, the laminating kit that I bought is this Eye Method Brow. So I was a little bit intimidated by this. It is so easy to do. It gives you everything that you need right here in this kit. There are several steps to it. So I would say total, it took me about an hour. But the results, like it gives you all of everything you need is in here. And then you have like some tools and stuff. Even though it took me about an hour, just because each step has to process for 10 minutes, it's not hard. It's so easy. The instructions are very clear. You know, there's no like questioning or guessing if you're doing something wrong. So I just turned on Housewives, put my headphones in, and just went to town. And the results have lasted me for just about over a month, and I'm curious to see how long they last. But yeah, so if you like your brows laminated, try doing them yourselves. It's actually really easy, and that kit works great. Let's talk about a few skincare items that I have. I'm gonna first start with this. This is called the Insta Facial. This is from Dr. Diamonds. I think he is the doctor to like the Kardashians and stuff, and like several celebrities. And he launched his own like skincare line. These are very pricey. But fortunately for me, they were kind enough to reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to try it. And so I did. And I am so pleasantly surprised by these results. It's plasma, which is really cool. There's a lot of science behind the brand. And of course, I will link the website down in the description box down below so you can look more into it. The serum you put on morning and night, and it just comes in a little dropper like this. And I just put it on the face, rub it in real good. And then at nighttime, you go immediately over top of it with this. And this, you just kind of push this and it pops out. I received this on December 29th and I've been using it ever since. Now, prior to that, I was on the Ogee ZO, which has hydroquinone in it, retinol. It's a whole treatment. And because I was going to go to surgery on January 15th, I discontinued using that just because I didn't really want my skin to be like super sensitive and stuff during that time. So I discontinued using the Ogee ZO, I would probably say maybe the middle of December, which I had really good results with. But I started using this since the 29th of December. So we're going almost on 2 months. The end of this month, I will be using this for 2 months. I was surprised by the results of this. What I've noticed the most with using these for the last month and a half is my skin feels more plump and firm, which I wasn't really expecting that, because it's one thing for brands to say, hey, this product will do this, this, and this, but it's another to actually achieve those results. And that's exactly what happened. I was pleasantly surprised. The details on this is called the Insta Facial Collection. It's an unprecedented bioactive infusion of expertly curated power molecules to rejuvenate and transform the skin. Bioidentical human growth factors in the plasma and the bioactive retinols in the emulsion work synergistically to awaken the skin and deliver clinically proven results. Now, the thing that I will say is it's very expensive. So for both of these is $550. It's a lot of money. I'm just giving you guys my experience. If you guys have seen it on Instagram and you were curious about it, I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys because I was pleasantly surprised that these products are as good as they are. Let's quickly talk about this. So this I discussed in my Sephora sell recommendations video. This is from Hourglass. This is called the Equilibrium. And it's an intensive hydrating eye balm, and I'm still madly in love with this. So how I was introduced to this, I got this in a sample from Hourglass when I ordered the face palettes in September. A sample lasted me for so long, and then I wanted to go ahead and grab a full size when the sale started. And you guys, this goes the longest way. It definitely has that balmy feel to it. And it leaves my under eyes feeling so hydrated, so plump. I just love it. And I don't wake up in the morning with dry eyes. Never. Like, this keeps my under eyes hydrated all throughout the night. Such a good eye balm. So if you guys have really dry under eyes, this is not only amazing for that, but you get quite a bit here in this tub. Let's see. You get a ½ ounce. And the smallest amount goes the longest way. So I have a feeling that this will probably last me, probably for the next 2 or 3 months. I've been using it every single night, and I got it during the Sephora sale, which would have been like early November, and I have half the jar left. So a little goes a long way, and you get quite a bit for the money. Highly recommend that for dry eyes. Let's talk about skin, like the body. If you guys have been with me for a minute, you guys know that I struggle with climate-induced eczema. And it's been something that I have really worked hard on to try to find those right products that help my skin. Now, the one product I wanted to talk about, I didn't bring down with me. I will put a picture up on the screen. I forgot to grab that. I had that whole bag filled with stuff. But anyway, the first product that I know is a game changer, and I know it's controversial and I get it, but this has just been my experience. I've always had a fabulous experience with the Halo Beauty vitamins. That's the brand from Tati. Now, I know it's controversial and I get it. I remember when she first launched them, I fell in love with those vitamins, and over time, I just kind of stopped using it, didn't buy it anymore. But I would say probably around September-ish, I was like, okay, now that the heaters are going to start coming on, I'm going to start getting really dry skin, and I really don't want to suffer with eczema this winter. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I keep my skin healthy this winter. I was watching one of Tati's videos and she mentioned Halo Beauty, and I was like, oh my gosh, why am I not taking those vitamins? So I went ahead, jumped on the website, got the order. I just do the hair, skin, and nails booster. So that's the only one that I do. And I bought the bottle, and then I just buy the little refill packs. But so I've been taking that since September. Okay. Game changer, you guys. I'm telling you, her vitamins are fantastic. So the vitamins help with the internal, right? But the external is just as important, like keeping my skin nice and hydrated. And it's these two products. And I've probably mentioned them before here on my channel, but these two, like, I can't live without. I can't live without them. So first up, this is the Aveeno Eczema Therapy. It's a nighttime itch relief balm. Love, 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 okay? It is thick. It's very, very emollient based. It's thick. She's a thick bitch, but it works so well. And I like to put it on with lotion, just to kind of help blend it into the skin. So that brings me to the next product. So this is from La Roche-Posay, which I probably botched that. I apologize, but you know, it's the story of my life. But this is the Lipicar AP, and it's the Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. Come on, camera. There we go. Sometimes with this white, the lights just do not like it. This is for extra dry skin. And this is a thicker one. So if you don't like thicker lotion, they have one that's not quite as thick. I'll put it up here on the screen. But this one is a little thicker. So what I do is I'll put like a pump of this in my hand like this. And then I'll take a little bit of the Aveeno like this and rub it together and put it on. These two together, game changer. I'm telling you. If you guys have eczema or really dry skin, especially right now while we're in the middle of winter and the heaters are on and the air is dry, and maybe, you know, you've got some dry patches on your legs and stuff, try these. They are a full-blown game changer. And using these in conjunction with the Halo Beauty hair, skin, and nails, it's like I haven't had any issues with any dry skin this entire winter, like none. And we've had some cold nights here, and I have not had any dry patches. My fake tan doesn't look all spotted and blotchy. Like, my skin is super hydrated and glowing, and I have those products to thank for it because it's been a game changer for me this winter. Speaking of body lotion, you guys know I'm absolutely obsessed with Bay Harbor Beauty. Okay, this is the old packaging. You guys know how much I love Bay Harbor Beauty. She launched new packaging and tons of new scents. I'm obsessed with the Silky Body Butter. I love to put this on like my upper body and layer it with the perfume. This one is actually the Prada Paradox. What I'll do is I'll put this on like the upper half of my body, like really get it here on my chest, and then I'll put the Prada perfume on over top, and oh my gosh, it layers like a dream. And her products are phenomenal. They have really good ingredients. So they're cruelty-free, sulfate-free, mineral oil-free, no artificial colors, paraben-free, formaldehyde-free, just overall a really, really good brand. I just went onto their website. Right now they're having a Valentine's Day sale where you can save 20% off. And if this video goes up and that sale is over, you can use the code TaraLynn10 for 10% off. It's not affiliated. It's just a nice coupon code for me and my followers to use. But yeah, Bay Harbor Beauty, always, always fabulous products. Speaking of perfume, I'm going to briefly mention this because I'm out of it. I am obsessed with this scent. So I talked about this in my, I think the Sephora recommendations video, and I'm out of it now. I think I had like maybe like half the bottle left. It's gone now. But this is from Replica, and this is the Beach Walk, and I am definitely stocking up on this during the next sale so that I have a fresh bottle to take with me to Florida because oh my gosh, do I love this. So the fragrance description is Sun-Kissed Salty Skin, which is what I would describe it as. It does give you that like beachy, salty feel to it. if you walk around Sephora and you see this, smell it and see if you like it, because I am absolutely obsessed with it. Let's quickly talk about fake tan. So spring is coming upon us, thank goodness, because my gloss is like gathered up around my corners of my lips. Oh my gosh, Tara, come on. Spring is upon us, and I self-tan all year round. So let me just say this, I am a self-tan junkie, okay? I have tried so many brands, I couldn't name them all over the last 15 years. I just like to be self-tanned, I do. I received an email from Rebel Tan back in October, okay? It's been a long time. And she said, hey, I'm a small brand owner. Do you mind if I send you some of my self-tanner? And I was like, yes. And so she asked me what shade. I said the ultra dark. And she sent me a bottle and a mitt and I think a scrub off thing and the brush. I was skeptical because let me tell you, again, I have tried every self-tanner under the sun. When I tried this Rebel Tan, I have never looked back, okay? I've been using this since she sent it to me. I have bought multiple bottles. I mean, I've probably went through 10 bottles of this since October, no joke. I love this. This is the absolute best self-tanner I have personally ever used. I've never used a self-tanner like this one before. What I love about it is how natural it is. Sometimes with my camera, my tan doesn't always look natural through the camera and through the lights, right? There's so many different settings on the camera, and on camera, it doesn't look the way it actually does in real life. But when I'm out in the world, out in the natural daylight, I get so many compliments on my self-tan. And most of them are like, wow, how are you so tan? It's January. And I'm like, oh, it's called self-tanner. I get asked that all the time. And they're like, wow, you're wearing self-tanner? I would have never have known, because it doesn't have that like orangey base to it. So this one has more of that violet bronzy undertone to it. In fact, I will squirt some here on my makeup wipe right here, just so you guys can see the color of it. As you can see, it kind of has that purple ashy bronze tone to it. It's a violet purple ashy. It is phenomenal. The first time I applied this, I was like, oh my gosh, I think this might be it. Like, this might be my new favorite. So I reached out to her and I was like, okay, so I just tried it and I'm kind of blown away, but I'm going to continue to use it and I'll keep you posted. Every single time my tan turns out flawless, beautiful, natural. It's not too dark. It's not too orange. It's not too golden. It's not too, like, it is so perfect. I loved it so much that she gave me a discount code for me and my followers to use. For those of you who are used to spending a small fortune on self-tanner, whether it's like Loving Tan, Saint-Tropez, like all of them are so stupidly expensive. Not this one. So not only do I absolutely love it, and it's my new absolute favorite self-tanner on the planet, but it's $29. And this is a 200 ml. It's 6.7 fluid ounces. They have 3 different color combinations. Like I said, I use the ultra dark. Right now, they're having a 30% off sale. And she told me that my code can be used with the 30% off sale. So my code is for 15% off, which the code is Teralyn15. I want to make sure I had it written down. I want to make sure I got it right. I'll put it down here at the bottom of the screen. We'll save you 15% off on top of the 30% off. So you're saving 45% off. So this is $17. Like, it's mind-blowing how amazing it is, especially at that price. So if you guys are interested in trying it, I cannot recommend it enough. It is just beautiful. Such a beautiful tan. Now, I like to layer it twice. I like to put one layer on, let it dry, and then put another layer on, like maybe 10-15 minutes later. And that gives me a good tan. And then I will continue to darken over the course of the next few days. What I also like about it is it doesn't dry out my skin. So on top of having eczema with self-tanner, self-tan can dry out your skin, but this one doesn't dry my skin out. It is 90% naturally derived ingredients, 100% organic DHA. It has vitamin E and vitamin A in it. It doesn't stink. So that was the other thing. It doesn't smell like that nasty, like self-tanner does. And also it is cruelty-free and PETA approved. So you guys, if you're in the market to try a new self-tanner for the spring and summer coming up, Try it. I'm obsessed. It's so good. One quick thing that I was introduced to from my daughter like a week ago, and I wanted to mention it here because I tried it and I was like, wow, okay. So you guys have probably heard me talk about that I do self-tan my body, but I don't do my face. And there's a couple of reasons why I don't do my face. Number one, I feel like it darkens my hyperpigmentation, and sometimes it gets kind of gunked up in the hairline. And as it starts to fade, it looks like I have more hyperpigmentation as it starts to fade away. And self-tanner always fades off my face much faster than my body. And so I just don't use it. I just don't use self-tanner on my face. My daughter said, Mom, you need to try this. This is from Bali Body. It is a face tan water. So I tried it and it is so good. And this is like perfect for me. What I love about it is that it doesn't look like fake tan. So what I do is once I get my skincare on at night, this will be like the final step. And I just put like a pump here in my hand. And then I put it all over my face and kind of blend it up into the hairline. And the next morning I wake up with a little bit of a glow, but it's not a self-tan. So my face didn't get darker, but it gave me a glow. And that is perfect for me because I don't like the way self-tan looks on the face. I've tried so many different face self-tanners and I don't like the way that it fades off. It looks really patchy in certain areas. And because I'm trying to get rid of my hyperpigmentation, I don't really want to look like I have more hyperpigmentation with self-tanner, right? So this just gives the face a beautiful glow, but without fully self-tanning the face where you're like 2 or 3 levels darker in the face. So if you're like me and you're looking for something to just give you a pretty glow without a lot of color, this is amazing. My daughter was right about this. The first time she used it, she was like, oh, my mom's gonna love this. And she was right. Okay, let's talk about a few makeup items. This video is gonna be so long, I apologize. First up, we have to talk about this. So I just put up a video reviewing the Ogee complexion, like the foundation and the complexion sticks. I will link that video right up here in the iCards and also in the description box if you guys want to see it. But I've been using this for like the last like month and a half or so, and it is such a beautiful foundation stick. Like, I think I actually like this even more than I do the Tom Ford Traceless Stick Foundation. And I didn't think that was possible, you guys, because that Traceless Stick Foundation from Tom Ford has been my ride or die for the last 4 or 5 years. But this is so beautiful and so natural on the skin. It lasts me for like 8 to 10 hours. It fades off really natural. It doesn't weigh heavy in the wrinkles. It doesn't really feel like you're wearing like thick, heavy makeup. Now, the one thing that I did mention in that video, and I'm going to mention that here in case you haven't seen my review of this, this is a medium coverage. However, if you have dark spots, you know, hyperpigmentation, acne spots and stuff that you like to cover, I recommend covering it with like a spot concealer first before going in with this, because this works better not being too heavy-handed with it. Now, that brings me to my next product, this. So this is from Dior. I love the Dior Skin Correct. Is that what it's called? Skin Correct? Yes. The Forever Skin Corrector. I love using that to spot conceal. It blends in really beautifully, and makeup and like foundation wears pretty over top of it. So my husband and I went on a business trip to Arizona at the beginning of January, and I accidentally grabbed this one instead of this one. This is the Dior Backstage. This is the Flash Perfection Concealer. I'm like, well, it's what I got because I was using this as foundation. And so I started using this, and I reviewed this as a concealer, and I didn't love it under the eyes, but this is so good as a spot conceal, and I think I like it better than the Skin Correct. Now, number one, I think you get better coverage with the Skin Correct, but I feel like the Backstage concealer is more natural as far as the way that it blends into the skin and the way that foundation goes over top of it. I feel like this is more natural. I have the shade 3 Warm, and the brush just makes it even more convenient to have it right here just to kind of put it on and then blend it out. So good. Sometimes concealers don't really work for the under eyes, but they work phenomenal as a spot conceal, and that's exactly how I feel about this Backstage concealer. It is so good. So I wanted to mention that. I wanted to briefly talk about two blushes. This one is from Ilia. Ilia? I think it's Ilia. But this one is in the shade Whisper, and I love this formula and I love this color. Like, this just gives you that really pretty kind of natural pink tone where it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's kind of gives you that flush look. I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful shade and the formula is so good. So I took this with me to Arizona and I wore this the entire time. I took this with me when I packed up for my surgery and I was gone from my house for like 2.5, 3 weeks. Wore it the entire time. Love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful cream blush. And I like pairing it with this because you guys know I like to double blush. So if I put on a cream blush, I like to go over top with a powder blush to kind of lock and hold it throughout the day. I'm already going to hit pan on this. I know it. This is the Neo Nude Melting Color Balm. This is in the shade 52. I don't know what's going on with Armani Beauty, but these shades are not restocking. And I hope that they're not going to discontinue this formula because this is a fabulous, fabulous matte cream blush. So I'll put this on first and kind of blend it in, and then I'll pop this over top because the Armani Neo Nude melting blushes are kind of a hybrid. They're definitely more of that creamy balm. They're a cream, but they don't have the shine. So once you put it on, it kind of gives the illusion of more of a powder blush. But it still has that matte cream base to it. And these two pair so beautifully together. I don't know what's going on with Armani Beauty, but they better not discontinue these because I'm almost hit pan on this and I love it. I don't know what's going on. I hope they don't discontinue it because don't get me wrong. I love these luminous silk blushes, but the Neo Nude melting cheek balms are phenomenal. They better not discontinue them or I'm really going to be ticked because they haven't been out that long. I think maybe 3 years? It's not like they've been out for 10 years. Anyway, I digress. Okay. Two eye products I wanted to briefly talk about. Briefly. Yeah, right. This is from Christian Audette. It's the Almond Eyeliner in the shade Panther. This stuff is like budge proof. You put this in your waterline and it's not going anywhere. Like, it is absolute budge proof. The only thing I recommend doing right before you put it on, rub it on the back of your hand and kind of warm up the product and then go in, because once you put it on, it is not going anywhere. One of the best budge proof waterline pencils. And then another product that I have been consistently using over and over and over, especially on those really light makeup days where I'm putting on just a little bit of makeup, this is what I reach for instead of eyeshadow. So this is from Mercier. This is the Caviar Stick Eye Color in the shade Cocoa. And what I like to do is just run it underneath my lower lash line and then buff it out with a brush. And I'll take it right here on the outer corner and buff it out with a brush. And sometimes if I want to add just a tiny bit of like dimension in the crease, I'll just grab my bronzer and kind of blend it into the crease. And then I'm done. Like, this is budge proof. Like, this stuff is phenomenal. I mean, I always love the Caviar sticks, but this shade Cocoa, I mean, I'm going to run out of it soon. I just know I will, because I've consistently been using it nearly every day on those days where I'm not putting on eyeshadow. This is just quick and easy, out the door, lasts all day. Phenomenal formula. A few lip products I wanted to mention. However, if you did watch my Get Ready With Me, you're already going to know about the products I'm talking about, but I wanted to mention them in this video, so you can just fast forward a little bit. If you watched that video, you've already heard this. We're going to first start with this lip stain from E.L.F. Like I mentioned in that video, I like to put this on while I'm getting ready. Before I even put my foundation on, I've actually been using this color. I have two colors. Oh, the writing. I've been using the shade Power Mauve. Power Mauve I love because it gives my lips like a beautiful, healthy pink tone to wear underneath whatever I'm wearing throughout the day. So what I'll do is I'll put this on and then I'll do my makeup. So I'll put my foundation on, do my brows, do the whole thing. And then right when I'm getting done with my makeup, I'll kind of take my finger and dab off the extra. And it gives my lips that pretty pink base, whatever I'm putting on throughout the day, whether it's my favorite gloss that I'm almost out of again from Christian Audette that I created with Christian Audette in the shade Ray. You know, this is just easy to kind of pop over top throughout the day, right? And I already have the base underneath, and then this just goes so beautifully over top. For my Chantecaille lip cheeks that I'm absolutely obsessed with, I always keep them in my purse. The other color that I have from E.L.F. is kind of more of a nude color, and I think this is prettier to wear as an actual glossy lip stain versus staining the lips. For me, this just doesn't give me enough color to last me throughout the day like the pink one does. But they're $6. They're so good, a good formula, and I cannot say enough great things about them. A few lip combos that I'm obsessed with. First off, this lip pencil from Makeup Forever. This is their Artist Color Pencil. This one's in the shade Endless Cacao 506. So good. This shade is a beautiful cool tone nude brown where everything goes with it. So what I've been doing, which I guess I could do it now. So what I've been doing is lining my lips with this. Then I take this. This is from One Size. This is the lip snatcher. So you have the matte lipstick on one side and a gloss on the other. This one is in the shade Be About It. In fact, I'm almost out of the gloss. So there you go. That tells you how much I love. Because I'll even use the gloss on its own. It's so pretty. So I just put on a quick layer of the matte. Then I grab the gloss, and it's such a beautiful color. Oh my gosh. See how pretty that is? Oh, I'm obsessed with it. It's so pretty. Okay. Another combination that I've been loving is the same lip liner, such a good color. And then I'll put on this from Valentino. Gosh, this is the Licoroso. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. But this one is in the shade 109R. And this is their lip and cheek stains, which I didn't like it on the cheek, but it's so beautiful on the lip. And it's a real pretty kind of dusty pink. And then I like to top it off with this from Revlon. This is the Revlon Lustrous Lipstick in the Pearl Finish, shade 405 Silver City Park. Oh gosh, is it Park? The writing is so small and I just don't really want to pull out my glasses. But this just gives the lips this beautiful pearl finish, and it's so pretty over that pink. So that's another combination that I am obsessed with. That's it for the makeup. I wanted to briefly talk about a few shirts and this jacket that I'm wearing that I bought on Amazon. For those of you that don't know, I do have an Amazon like storefront where I put in category all of my favorite products. I will link that down in the description box down below so you guys can check that out, because there's so many items that I add in there quite frequently. And I have tons of categories, whether it's stuff for my dogs or shirts, clothes, hair, nails, Like I have a whole thing, a whole list. Those of you that didn't watch the Get Ready With Me, I had surgery on January 15th. I had a breast re-augmentation, which I talk about that in my recent Get Ready With Me. But after surgery, I had to go down to my mom's house and finish recovering because I didn't dare come home and be around my dog. My Bernie Doodle, he's 1.5 years old, and oh my gosh, he's wild and he adores me and he just loves to get all over me and cuddle me, and I didn't want him on my chest at all. Anyway, I had a white jacket like this that I bought from Lululemon, and I was like, gosh, I wish I had that jacket from Lululemon because I love it. Because I'm wearing these like tight sports bras, like right here I'm wearing this sports bra that I have to wear right now while I'm healing. And I thought, gosh, it would be just easy just to have a cute jacket that I can just put over top of it. So I went on Amazon and I found this, and I love the material. The zipper has a little bit of an issue. Like you have to kind of pull it straight for the zipper to work. The zipper going up is great, but going down, sometimes it gets a little stuck. But you know what, for the price, because I probably paid, I think maybe $130-ish for the jacket like this from Lululemon. And this I bought on Amazon for just under $30. It's such a cute jacket, especially the way that it kind of tapers the body. So it kind of comes right here and like tapers, and it kind of comes out. So it kind of hugs you a little bit right here around the bust and the upper waist. And it's a really good material. Like, as you can see, the material is really good. You also have these right here where you can put your thumb in there. I wouldn't say it's as thick of a material as the ones from Lululemon. So if you're like me and you have the one from Lululemon, this is a little bit thinner of a material, but it's so cute. It comes in multiple colors. And this one I bought in the shade gray, but I'm actually wanting to get the coffee gray. Now that I bought this, I want to get a few more in different colors because it's just really cozy to wear. And especially just to kind of run errands, it just fits so cute and I love it. So I wanted to mention that. The last two products I wanted to talk about are these cute V-neck shirts that I got from Amazon. And I've actually been wearing them quite frequently over the last couple of weeks because I have to wear a specific sports bra, which by the way, I'm still struggling to try to find the right bras to wear, which I'll go into all of that when I do a full video about my surgery and all that. This one I bought at Walmart and they only had this pattern and then like a leopard pattern in the gray and white. So my point is trying to wear shirts with the sports bra has been a struggle. So I found these on Amazon. I bought the black, the white, and the gray. The gray is in my dirty clothes or I would have brought it down, but this is the white. The material is fantastic. They wash up really well. I think I paid like 22, 23 bucks for them. And these I bought in size small. So the last few videos that you guys have seen me, I've been wearing those shirts because it's pretty much the only thing I can wear with these stupid, bulky, weird sports bras. But anyway, whenever I find good Amazon clothing, I always like to share because sometimes it's hit and miss, right? So that is the list. Can you believe we made it through? This video is going to be really long and I apologize for that, but you know me, I like to be very descriptive and I like to chit chat. And so yeah, it's been a minute. I've been down here filming for a few hours. So that's the list of my recent favorites. There was a lot of them because it's been a minute since I filmed a favorites video. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And like I said, I will link everything down in the description box down below, along with my Amazon storefront, where you can kind of go on there and see some of my favorite products that I pick up on Amazon frequently and products that I personally love. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.